Hello everybody, I am Dorian Levy, and this is IED 1. Take a look in the mirror. As you can probably tell, I am outside because I need a damn cigarette. I'm trying to do this all weekend and I keep running into technical difficulties. It's irritating me. Anyway, so, my self-image is the self-image that I have. Essentially, what you would look like in the Matrix, I guess. So, my self-image consists of a lot of different things and a lot of different chapters I've had in my life, which I will now go through. Well, I guess first off I should do that one, smoking. I'm a smoker, and that's a huge part of my self-image. I began smoking when I was young, probably like 15, 16. My parents both smoked, still smoke. All my friends do now. And that's really, it is a big part of who I am, even though it's not a very, what is the word? I don't know. It's not in your face part of who I am, because I'm a really courteous smoker. But anyway, so we'll go to high school. That self-image. I went to a brand new high school. It was just getting started. And because of that, sorry, hiccup, I didn't, I wasn't plagued with having to continue to go to school with the same peer group that you've been going to school with. You're like, if you live in an area for a long time, you go to elementary, junior high, high school, all with the same guys, basically. And so anyway, this brought a lot of different people from all over a couple of counties. And that gave me the opportunity to reinvent myself without being ridiculed by people that have grown up with me. And so the self-image that I did present to myself, that I revamped and remade myself, was, well, physically, I emulated my dad, because I just barely gotten to know him in the past couple of years, pre-high school. And so I started to dress like him, because I finally got to know my dad. And that involves, what that is motorcycle jacket, which many of you have seen me wear around campus. Boots, I usually always got boots on. Jeans, like blue jeans, and a black t-shirt. That's who I was. And I had really long hair too. And that was one of the major identifiers of me back then. That was my image. I was kind of like a greaser. I was just cool. Well, I thought I was cool. So, but I'm a really easygoing guy. I mean, I kind of look like a hard ass, but once you got to know me, I was friends with everybody. And so, like, that time in my life also was when I really broke out of my quiet shell, my quiet reserve. I got social. I got to know people. I just started doing things. I became a person finally, if you will. And well, my audience at the time obviously is my peer group, because the people you're around help shape who you are, sometimes in an obvious or subliminal way. And my parents obviously were part of my internal audience. My mom, very strong woman. My dad, kind of a dick, but he was cool. Both smokers, like I said. And my three best friends that I had made up until that point, those were all part of my physical audience, and I guess maybe my mental one as well. And so that self-image turned into sub-personality for these days, because I still kind of dress like that. So, and I still am feeling the ripples from choices made back then, I guess you'd say. So the next self-image, the next chapter in my life, is when I went to the Marine Corps. I did that right after high school. That's why I'm a 23-year-old college student just barely getting my associates instead of being like a, I don't know, 20, 21-year-old. So, and being in the Marines was eye-opening, to say the least. And I also, it gave me the opportunity for one of my sub-personalities to really manifest and come out, and that would be the mentor. A lot of people always have just come to me, and I was their guidance counselor. I was just the wall that they just shot stuff at and just see what bounced back. I was a soundboard, and all kinds of people would do it, but it really happened a lot while I was in the Marines, because I wasn't like a gung-ho hardcore moto guy. I mean, I tried to maintain as much of my individualism when I was part of the machine, if you will. And so people like that, and I was well liked by a lot of people there. And that's always been part of my self-image, is like, I'm well liked. I don't really try to be, and I honestly love it, because who likes having enemies? But yeah, the mentor really manifested itself when I was in the Corps. And my audience then obviously were my other Marines, when they became my friends and family, because while you're in the military, you hardly have time for your old life while you're doing your new one, your military one. So, and those guys really helped shape and change me, because you got the most diverse group of people there from all across the country and a few islands. And it helps to have, it's the same story as going to that new high school, just being with a completely different random peer group, and that helps shape who you are. Change hands. It's getting, there we go. So, and I don't know what to call it, what to classify it as, but being in the Marines, I adopted that set of standards and stuff, and so that's what kind of leads to my current state of pseudo-depression, is because I find myself comparing myself to them. Is that a better view? Well, not to them, but to my old self, my Marine self, and come up lacking. So, like I said, I don't know where that fits in with self-image and sub-personalities and audiences and all that. That is probably a negative illusion, you could say, that I got. It just creeps. It's always there in the back of your mind. Alright. Now, got out of the Corps, couldn't wait to get out of the Corps, to go to college, because going to college has been a dream of mine. And now that I'm out, I wish I was back in. The grass is always greener on the other side, right? But now, my current self-image is stereotype. I'm your quintessential college bum, and you can see the beard. It's hard not to. Just procrastinate schoolwork, friggin' drink too much, which is a remnant of the Marine Corps days, and just lost and confused. Like I said, quintessential college stereotype right there. Now my current audience is you guys, everybody in Slick, and teachers, and friends aren't necessarily part of it anymore, because they've just been there for so long. I guess maybe they are, I just don't notice them anymore in my head. And same with parents. So, really, my internal audience now are my past self-images, my past selves. And that's where I'm at. Oh, hey Chris, my friend. So, that, I guess we'll say, concludes. I don't know, let me pull up the email real quick to make sure I got everything right. Oh no, I forgot feared self and desired self. Okay, feared self. My feared self I've always been afraid of not being good enough for what I'm doing, what I am. Oops. And I a lot of times I feel like I'm squandering these opportunities that are being given to me. Even though I'm doing pretty well, I just always feel like I'm not doing as well as I should have. So that's a feared self, is just not being good enough. I always fear not being good enough for anything. Be it, work I do or relationships I have. Relationships. That's it. And my desired self, I don't know what my desired self is, but all I know is I hope at the end of the day that I'm happy with whatever I'm doing. So that's what I desire. So I guess it would be my desired self. Oh wait. So yeah, I believe that should be everything. So yeah, I hope this meets the criteria, and now that you all